I see a bunch about season 3. I've seen a bunch asking if we're going to BravoCon. I mean, hey, we're ready for whatever, so we're just kind of riding it out. BravoCon is in the middle of the rut, so
it's middle of November.
Yeah,
I think it's the second Saturday in November.
But I mean,
you'd miss Deer Stand for that.
If we needed to, I would for sure.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, but
so
no.
Just keep pushing. Keep tagging Bravo. Just saying, if you love the show, keep letting them know. Hey y'all, welcome to Meet the McBees. Cole and I are in the studio today. It's just us two, and we're going to be talking about what's the next chapter for McBee Farms. What's the next chapter for us? Now that the show has ended, we had the grand finale. Jesse and Allie got married. We've got 2 new grandbabies for my mom. I've got 2 new nieces running around. So what are the plans? What are we going to do? All of that and more in this episode of Meet the McBees. So y'all saddle up, and let's get down and dirty with it. Finale's over. Show's over.
Yep, it is.
Your 15 minutes of fame is over.
Hey, it ends pretty quick once it's over.
Like the next morning?
Yeah.
I think the next morning I had like 3 missed calls, like a couple from banks, like 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, this is back to reality. We're right back to it.
Yep. No, it's crazy because you're going around and like you feel like something because you're talking to people all the time.
Yeah.
Like people are recognizing you because they see you. You know, you're on everything, and like
you have like a little bit more swagger.
Like 3 or 4 days after the post stop and after the show stops, it's like just right back to reality. But it is what it is. That's how it is.
No.
We need to get back to work anyways. We've been.
What do you mean back to work? We've been working since the show aired. There ain't a damn
I guess
thing
filming
changed.
was last. When did we get done filming?
We stopped filming at Jesse and Allie's wedding, which would have been October 19th.
Dang, it's been that long.
It's been that long. We're almost coming up on full 12 months.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even realize it's been that long since we stopped. Yeah.
And really throughout filming, I would say that is our biggest. It's not a break from work, but whenever you are filming, you can't get the workload that you usually do done. Fair to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's no like, how many times in the office are you here from like 5 to 7 p.m. or something like that where you're doing something? Well, usually we're doing some type of family dinner, or we're doing
family dinner, or they're filming us working out, or filming us at our houses, whatever it may be. So yeah, if I'm usually don't have anything scheduled, I'm up here at the office working. Cole's out in the fields doing something, and so really during filming is when we get our biggest break from the heavy workload. But throughout the episodes airing, I mean, I was gone for a couple of days for press.
Yeah,
and that was about it. Jesse and I were.
Yeah, I had a few bachelor trips this summer. Like
you did during
like summertime, but it was always weekends. You know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Leave Friday after work, like midday, and then come back Sunday. But I was gone quite a bit. Casey reminded me multiple times. She's like, you've had like 3 bachelor trips.
Had to make sure that you.
Like, hey, I'm at that age now. You know, everybody's getting married.
That's right. That's right. And I was in Miami for the weekend. It went well.
Oh yeah, you
enjoyed it. Had Kurt down there. We're both single again, so. My buddy Kurt, who was on the dating show with me, Joe Millionaire, that was 2021, fall of 21 that we filmed that. It is now fall of 25. So 4 years later, and shockingly,
not shockingly at all.
Not shockingly, not surprising in the slightest, we are right back in the exact same place we were 4 years ago. Both of us single. Absolute
32-year-old losers. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that, Kurt. Just kidding. I meant more about him.
Thanks. Anyways, yeah, we need to run it back. We need a mulligan is what we decided. Hopefully, we said that the show couldn't be called Joe Millionaire anymore, though. Now it's just going to be Average Joes because we're both broke.
Yeah, you guys are both just average.
It was like funny because I went from a show on Joe Millionaire, and they were talking about, which we didn't know it was going to be called Joe Millionaire. So it's not like anyone went on that show saying, like, I want to find this man that's rich, or I went on there because I thought I was some rich idiot. What they told us is that it was called Love for Real, and that it was for people that were focused on their careers more than finding love at the time. So that's what they told us. So then we got down there.
Yeah, because they couldn't give away the title.
Correct.
Because you would tell me, and I would tell someone, something like that.
Yeah, obviously, if you watched the season finale, secrets don't last long in this family.
Even like, I think if I remember right, our title changed a few times.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know what it was till the airing day of the first season.
Yeah, it changes. Like they're
because they don't want to give it away
with marketing and not wanting to give the cast the real name so it doesn't get given away into the media. So we get down there and we find out on the first day of filming it's called Joe Millionaire, and then the entire plot, obviously with the show being called Joe Millionaire, was about money, and that was not I see a lot of comments about people like, oh, all the girls were there trying to find some rich dude. No one even knew at the time. So no one there from the cast of Jill Millionaire had any idea that was going to be the concept. Thought it was Kurt. That was the rich one.
Kurt was the rich one. Yeah,
I thought so too. If you look at the way Kurt dresses,
yeah, the way he actually just
the guy knows wine. Yeah, he's very classy.
He's really more classy than you are,
for sure. He's very more white collar when it comes to mannerisms and culturally intelligent than I am, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So the entire time I was there, I was like, well, he may be the rich one. But then they kept slamming me, or not slamming me. They were trying to, showcase that I was this wealthy one. And there was a lot of articles that came out. Did you ever see these where it literally said the man that has $10 million in the bank?
Yeah, you did not.
Where has this money been? I've never seen $10 million in my life. Like $10 million on a balance sheet, like worth of assets in equity, is so much different than $10 million liquid cash in the bank.
Yeah.
And then, but anyways, the juxtaposition of Joe Millionaire, where I was like made out to be this super wealthy, rich guy, and then McBee Dynasty, we're like, yeah, we got $70 million in debt. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it is.
If you think about it.
I mean, but also, we like talk about we really talk about all the bad things of McBee Dynasty. We don't talk about any, we say all this, but we don't say what our assets are, what we have on our balance sheet, what everything looks like. So, not saying we're in a great, the best position in the world, but not saying.
Yeah, it's not like everyone's like, you guys are negative $70 million
yeah, it's
net
not
worth.
Exactly that. I mean, some of it, not saying any debt's good debt, but some of it is
it's definitely
debt that is like connected to a business that's rolling.
Or connected to an asset, a hard asset that's worth a lot of money.
For sure. No, but you know what I'm saying. It's just
I do.
I feel like it was one extreme to the other, right there in those two shows. I actually was I was looking at hot tubs the other day. Casey and I were.
Oh, and you guys hot tub people now?
Dude, it's that time of year now. I'm not a pool person. I'm actually more of a hot tub person.
I would agree with that. I'd be all about it. I've thought about getting a hot tub myself, but if you guys get one, I'll just come over there.
Yeah, it's nice because you can use it way more in Missouri than a pool.
Yeah.
Like a pool, you just use 2 or 3 months of the year.
Right.
Hot tub, you can use the rest 9 months of the year.
Yeah.
Every evening. But what was I going to say? Oh, I was in there, and some guy's like, I told him my name, and then he was like, oh, you're Stephen McBee's brother. Well, at first, he's like, you're Steve's son, one of the boys. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, which one of your brothers was on that show? And I was thinking,
he didn't know about McBee
Dynasty, which is one of the first people I talked to a few years said, like, doesn't know about, but knows about your show.
The dating show.
Yeah, and he's like, man, I bet you guys just make fun of him all the time for being on a show. And we're like, oh, and Casey and I were laughing, like, yeah, we make fun of him so much. We watch that show back and give him so much crap. But he's like, yeah, just being on TV like that, I bet you guys just make fun of him.
I had no idea about McBee Dynasty.
We're like, yeah. Not that I haven't embarrassed myself more on TV.
Who would go be on a reality TV show, that idiot?
Yeah. You talked us into it after that.
I did. So Kurt and I, anyways, maybe season 3, we can have like a little aspect that's a dating version of McBee Dynasty, and Kurt comes out, and we were talking about this when we were in Miami. We're like, we just need like an average Joe's show now.
Yeah. I think Braden will be dating for you guys.
Oh, I guarantee it. Braden's going to fall in love in the next month.
Yeah, he falls in love every night.
He falls in love every night. He ends up in Kansas City.
Every Saturday night, he says he fell in love with a new girl.
We need to have him in here if he'd come up here.
We do. I wonder
That's the one person that hasn't been on here. Him, Allie, and it's been a while since we've had Jesse on.
We haven't had Allie on, have we?
Nope.
Jesse, we need to get him back up here. They're always in the city.
Always in the city. Little city boys.
They are.
No, so the whole purpose of this podcast before we went to ramble is what's next on the agenda for McBee Farms, the McBee family. Now, the show has ended airing. We've actively, what you see on season 2 is not hyperbole in any way, an exaggeration, like a fake exaggeration. Me specifically, I hate it more than anyone. Cole hates it quite a bit. I think I finally got my dad around to the idea of how bad of a business model row cropping is. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like there was quite a few arguments in season 2. And some of those were a little built up, but
built up over time. And yeah. I think that once you and I sat down, we started looking at the numbers. We were just banging our head against the wall saying the row crop side is awful.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not good, and it's not.
And the horizon for the row cropping doesn't look any better.
Not in corn and soybeans, no. Or not. I mean,
non-commodity markets.
Not in commodity markets.
You can find little niches. Yeah,
if you can find what was that, a niche?
Some people say niche, some people say niche. Niche sounds
fancier.
fancier.
I like niche.
I like niche.
Yeah. But if you can find it, you need to find a niche, honestly. Yeah. But
with like a specialty crop that is grown for food is where you can actually find some profitable money-making strategies.
No, that's whenever you can actually make money at it.
Yeah.
But
volume commodities, garbage.
It's just so controlled. There's only 4
You're
people
dealing
making
with
money.
Mother Nature, who is an uncontrollable you-know-what, nonstop, especially here in Missouri.
I didn't mean that's controlled because weather's not controlled at all. But, the prices are so controlled.
Correct. The end price of the product you're selling, you have no control over. Like, if you're raising a premium product, you still sell it for the same as your neighbor does.
Yeah.
And so you're dealing with, plus, inputs have risen drastically while the price that you're selling that product for have not risen at all since the 1980s.
Well, and really the biggest problem is we make too much corn per acre.
Yeah.
But another big problem. I mean, not one, but that is, we are making so much corn per acre. Not exactly us, but
we're not.
But there's a lot of people.
Damn you, Iowa and Illinois.
Yeah, Iowa, Illinois, Nebraska. Some of those people, they're making so much corn.
We're actually raising too much crop, too many bushels than what our demand has. So obviously, supply and demand. It's all about economics 101. Yep. If the supply is through the roof and the demand is dwindling, that cost is going to go down. 100%. And that's what's happening. I mean, even in our soybean market, Brazil and South America are starting to become such a major player, and they have better weather where they can grow 2 crops a year.
Yeah.
Two growing cycles of soybeans a year. Whereas in America, we can only get 1. Once they get their infrastructure down there in place,
move it everywhere.
Yeah, the problem that they have now, they have great ground, they have great conditions. They don't have the road and traffic infrastructure to be able to haul those bushels out of the field and sell it somewhere at a market. Once that's being built out, which is being built out right now, the American markets are only going to drop more. So the horizon, the 5-10-year horizon for American row crop, the commodity side, in my opinion, I could be dead wrong, but I've been in it long enough now to see what's coming, and I feel very strongly about it, is a horrible, horrible outlook. And every year that you continue to commodity row crop, you're 1 year closer to losing the farm. Hey y'all, if you haven't had a chance yet to check out our newest sponsor, Schaefer Outfitter, now is the time, because we are coming up on outerwear season, and that is what they do best. Now, depending where you are, it may still be hot, and they've got great lightweight performance shirts and pearl snaps for that exactly. And if you're up north or on the coast, you know that brisk weather is just around the corner, and Schaefer Outfitter has the perfect functional layers, vests, denim shirts, jeans, their signature coats and jackets, whatever you need. It's going to fit well, be comfortable, and perform like you expect it to. This is high-quality apparel from a family-owned, authentic Western brand. Check them out at SchaeferOutfitter.com and use code McBee for 15% off your first order. We've been wearing Schaefer Outfitter since long before they were our sponsors. In fact, I've had this vest for about 5 years now, and we're excited to spread the word with our fans. The feedback that we've gotten so far from folks that have tried them out is that the clothing was even nicer out of the box than what they expected from the website and the photos. So give them a look. Again, that's code McBee during checkout for 15% off at SCHAEFER Outfitter.com.
I agree. I mean,
it's hard. It's tough.
I think
news.
everybody right now is obviously most people are. Everybody's leaning on their cattle right now. If you're, that's how the farms. Hopefully, you have cattle and.
Well, and here's another thing that people are doing:
take them off the mom and go sell them 20 days later for.
The value of their operation is in the assets, the ground. And what they're having to do is they're losing money in their actual operations, their row crop operations, so they're going to have to borrow more and more debt against their actual paid off or equity in their ground to make up for those losses, and they're just slowly dwindling out all that equity. Yeah. We've seen it because we've done it.
Yeah, we've done it.
I mean, that's what happened to us. We had all of this ground, we had hard assets, and every year through commodity row cropping, it is a break-even at best venture, so if you lose any money, you have to borrow more and more against that ground, and you're slowly losing your balance sheet.
Like we're saying, it was break-even at best for us because we were leasing ground, we were getting into it, we were buying ground, it wasn't our third ground, or our grandpa.
It wasn't passed down. It wasn't generational ground that was paid off.
Was paid off in 1980 and 70, and that were put in, and that ground, like, I'm not saying anything wrong about that, but it makes it different for your market. I mean, it's harder to make money whenever you have.
It's a much different business strategy. If you have paid off ground and paid off equipment, you can still be profitable farming. Yeah. So I know I'm going to get slammed a little bit for what I just said, and like, oh, I'm making money farming. Guarantee you have paid off ground, paid off equipment.
Yeah. Honestly, maybe if you're new into it and you like, equipment's the number one thing I think, like, don't get new equipment. There's no reason to. I mean, there is like, it's so expensive. You can't make it
You can't
work.
make money.
No.
New combines are running $1 million.
I mean, and I'm not the one to tell people how to farm. I'm not the one to tell people what to do. But I just feel like, I mean, anybody.
Learn from our mistakes. If we can help shortcut mistakes, I can't tell you exactly what to do right. I can tell you what to do that is 100% wrong. And we've learned that year over year. And buying new equipment and buying new paint is absolutely one of them.
We didn't buy a lot of new paint, but we bought a lot of paint whenever it was high.
Yeah.
And it's pretty low right now.
You know,
I mean, that's it. We were buying a lot whenever, I mean, you go from 2020 to 2022, it was insane what equipment was selling for. But you had to have it if you had to have it.
Look at the farmers around us that are successful. The Barney and Shay Esbecks.
Yeah.
The Chuck Weldons. The Templetons.
Yeah.
They have a very large array of equipment that is most likely paid off or older equipment, and they might get 1 or 2 pieces that are newer.
Yeah.
But other than that, their fleet is pretty much made up of equipment they've used for years.
Well, another thing about the farmers, Evan, they have their system down. Like, I mean, I'm not saying they're not learning new things, they're not keeping up with the new, and they're not but they have their main system down, and they're doing it, and they're doing it right, and they're getting out there to their acres.
They're not trying to fix what's not broke.
No.
And I feel like that's what we were doing, and where we kept talking about how we wanted to be on the bleeding edge. Excuse my language. Actually, I'm not going to say it, but F the bleeding edge.
Yeah, well,
do what works.
We were just
stop the liquid fertilizers, stop the seed treatments that they're coming out with every year that's saying you can use half the nitrogen that you used to use before.
Yeah. I mean, you just need to do what works for you and keep it going. I mean, like, whatever nitrogen's cheapest that year, grab it. I mean, honestly, like, if you can
can control your input cost, buy the cheapest.
I mean, I think we got so hooked on some things where we were like, man, we need to do this, we need to do that. Just go, like,
we had fertilizer.
Get the most fertilizer.
We had fertilizer salesmen come in and sell us fertilizer. They said you could use half the liquid nitrogen that you'd use in conventional nitrogen because it. What did they say? It
encapsulates.
It's encapsulated liquid nitrogen, and it's
slow release.
Equivalent to.
Yeah, it's equivalent.
If a fertilizer salesman comes up to you and says, "I have this fertilizer that is equivalent to," don't listen to them.
Yeah.
Equivalent to does not mean the same as.
Yeah.
That's their BS marketing tactic to tell you can buy less of it, even though you're going to pay the same because it's twice as expensive.
I like a lot of people I know that that I consider very good farmers, whether they're around here or whether, Brett comes over from Brungards or,
Brungard.
Yeah.
Yep.
They know so much. They've taught us so much. Or, you talk to Doug with Dairy down there and they just know.
Wright Farms. So the guys that we lean on, Wright Farms, Brungard, all the big farmers
know so much. Like, they really know what they're doing and they figured it out and they run test plots. Like, they do it right. I mean, they really do it. And there's a lot of farmers out there that do, but these are the ones that I know that do it right. And every one of them are like numbers guys. Like, they're like, okay, it better add up to this many pounds.
Well, and they also they won't
listen
to a gimmick that comes in the front door because in the ag industry, you have gimmick salesmen that walk in your front door every other day trying to sell you everything.
Some of them are good, and some of them will sit you down. They're funny. You'll sit there and
they're salesmen.
They're salesmen.
And they'll get you.
Yeah, they'll give
but
you that
those guys, the Brungards, the Wrights, they'll say, okay, I'm going to run this on 5 or 10 acres and compare it, run side-by-side trials against my other acreage before I ever take this across my entire farm. And we never did that. We were like, oh, this sounds good. Let's put it in every acre we got. Yeah. And then it would gum up the seed treatment would gum up our planters. And all of a sudden, we'd be working on our planters because we had gummed up seed in the middle of them in our hoppers for days at a time.
Yeah. No, that's one thing that, like Doug says, like, he doesn't, like, you want something to be on their farm, then
better test it out.
You better test it out in his test spot first and make sure it works, and then he'll put it on his farm, which, I mean, they're doing it so right. I mean, those guys are, and they know what they're doing.
We learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not worth it anymore. So we're downsizing the row crop operation drastically.
Yeah. No, we have been all year, and that's
and it's going to be continuing.
Well, and the thing is I want to, if I'm going to farm, do you like going out there and row cropping every day?
No.
Does Jesse?
No.
Does Braden?
No.
Is Dad out there still doing it every day?
No.
So, I mean, it's only me that's doing it now. Like, now, I mean, so that's why I'm like, I've got me and a few guys. We're farming everything we own south of, farm what we own south of town is where I want to get to, having it all paid off, having all of our equipment paid off, like working towards that. And
your planning window is 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, like I can work on other things. I can make money doing other things throughout the year, but I can farm for a month in the spring. I can farm for a month in the fall. Now, obviously, you're spraying throughout the summer, but I can keep that going, managing. My guys will keep that going. Daniel, Jason, Jesse, all of them will be keeping that going. I mean, I don't even need to, they know what they're doing. So it's nice that we can work on other things. I mean, we're over here, we're farming, but we're still being able to do whatever we
have
want.
A life.
Yeah, have a life.
The actual profitable ventures.
Yeah, go attack other business ideas. If there's a good thing that comes up, we can actually attack it. We can, I don't know, jump on real estate ideas. There's things like that. And that's what, we know how to make money in a lot of ways.
Farming ain't one of them.
We're just going to stick to, we know how we can make money. And my dad's made money for a long time. My mom makes money. They've been doing it for 30 years. And so we're just going to stick, what we know and keep doing that.
Stick to what we know actually pencils out, and farming ain't one of them. So what you see in season 2 of us getting out of row cropping, we're continuing that.
Yep.
Like I have literally preached, and we'll still always have a little bit of a row crop operation. Cole enjoys that, 2-week period of planting. So we'll still farm a few thousand acres. For me, like I've said, I don't care if we farm a single acre anymore. I love the cattle side. I love what we're doing with our meat facility. I love what we're doing with our other ventures. I feel so strongly about the other industries that we are in outside of row cropping that we're continuing to work on those. And I'm excited about what potential we have on the cattle side.
No, I mean, cattle is huge. I like to try to double our herd in the next 5 years. Now, I mean, I do think it's just cattle numbers are at all-time low, that there's just no way for them to recover in the next decade.
You can't just snap your finger have the herd double or triple in size.
I know, they're not going to stay good forever, but in the next 10 years, next
5
decade,
or 10 years, they're going to be strong because you just can't. So what happened in the cattle market was you had a lot of guys that were getting older and aging out, and they were doing their entire herd sell-offs. They were retiring, and they thought they were catching the high of the cattle market. So this would have been 2016 through 2020.
Yeah. Well, you had so many herd dispersals.
Yeah, it's called a herd dispersal, where an aging farmer is completely getting out of the industry. He's getting older. He doesn't have anyone to pass the operation down to. He's like, I just want to get rid of my entire herd.
Well, you're sitting there looking at what pairs are going for up in Nebraska, and you're like, dude, I mean, you can never, that's double what they were bringing 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And the hobby farmers, the guys that were sitting there kind of barely making some money some years, making some decent money some years, they're like, man, I could sell out and make a bang right now and not have to deal with this no more. So I feel like you have a bunch of hobby farmers that
just got out of the industry,
did other things, but had on the side cattle, and then you had a lot of the older farmers that were like, they know they're not, I mean, obviously it's going to be high for the next 5 years. They know that the high, they took the high and got out.
Yeah. So you had all these herd dispersals where people were getting out of it completely. And then you had the big packers that were buying up all of these herd dispersals and cattle, finishing out the cattle to take to beef. And what we call our cow factories, our mama cows that are replenishing the herds every single year, they're no longer around on these hobby farms or these older aging out farming operations. Those mama cows are no longer around to replenish the herds. So even though America's population is at an all-time high from a human standpoint, and beef consumption is still at an all-time high, you have cattle herds that are down to the same levels that they were in 1950. Imagine how much smaller the American population was in 1950. We have the exact same cattle herd size.
Yeah.
So that's why beef prices are absolutely through the roof. And again, you think about how long it takes to have one calf through a mama cow. It is going to take 7 to 10 years to come close to getting those herd sizes back up across the nation. So we feel very good about the cattle side.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited about it.
I am too. I think there's a lot of, especially with us having the meat facility and everything and the growth we have there, there's a lot of big things coming with that in the future that I think will be super exciting that we're going to attack here the next year.
Yep.
Just new things coming down the pipeline, and it's just that's where the money's at right now. If you're in the, that's where it's at. I think
it is, and I think that's what we enjoy. Whenever we're driving around, yes, we love seeing a beautiful, row crop field with corn or soybeans. But whenever you drive by it, you're thinking, I did all that work to lose money. Whenever you drive by a beautiful green pasture with some pretty black Angus in it, you're like, man, that's pretty cool. Where you go through calving season, you see a bunch of new calves hitting the ground. That's pretty fun to drive by. And so we're planning on converting a bunch of our acreage. It'll be a slow conversion, but over the next couple of years, converting it out of row crops and putting it back into pasture.
Yeah.
Like everything around your house.
Yeah, some of the hilltops that, before 2006, 7, 8, whenever prices were insane, they were pasture ground. They're going back.
Back to pasture.
Yep.
Cole, we're building a new cattle headquarters here in the next year behind your house.
Yep.
It's actually going to be half cattle headquarters, and it's going to be half like where you plan on having your wedding one day, right?
Well, that's what Casey and I are talking about. We're either going to do it out in the field or do it in the arena out there where we're going to build that.
Yeah. So I guess it depends if it's sunny or not.
Yeah. We'll either be out there in the field if it's a nice day or in the riding arena back there, but
it'll be cool
because we're going to have it'll have the big double open doors that stick off the back of the pad towards the sunset.
That'll be really neat.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
be a lot of things coming down the pipeline. We just gotta keep grinding. That's what this whole.
It's all we know how to do. Well, I feel like I said, episodes airing were fun. Like that was a fun 10-week period. But even throughout that, we were dealing with headaches, dealing with calls, dealing with the issues that we've had with the farming operation. And since the day of the finale, we're still dealing with it.
Yeah.
2026 is going to be a lot better. I think we sat here in February and we did a podcast and we said 25 is a lot better than 24. 26 is going to be a lot better than 25.
Yeah. No, I mean, 25 was a rough year from just grinding it out. But you should grind. Like, that's what makes you get up.
Yeah.
That's what makes you, like.
Yeah, you always got to have some of that friction of some tough work.
Yeah, I mean you gotta get up and work. That's why you need. I mean, I feel like everybody says like once you're done working, people die. Like you
don't have any purpose whenever you don't have something tough to work.
And I'm not saying I'm up every morning at 5:30 like you are, but you need to get up in the morning, have a motivation, have something to go work for, and we definitely have enough of that. There's enough motivation. I mean, I look at my daughter every day, and I'm like, man, I want her to have everything I had growing up and more, and I want her to be on this farm. I want her kids to be on this farm, and that's what whatever it's row crop or whether we're, we got 2,500 head of mama pairs here in a few years. It's the farm, it's McBee Farms, and that's where I want her to grow up on.
Well, and I think for me, one of the big things that I think about is the last 5 to 6 years have been such a battle. I can't picture, there's no way I could have started a family with the workload that we've had the last 5 or 6 years. So for me, that's my goal, is to get us to a better place to where things start to, we'll never lose our work, our work motivation, our drive to want to do better, but get us in a place where we can get some of our time back. And I feel like we've done that.
Yeah, we're definitely,
we've already worked on that. Like 25 has been light years ahead of 24, and 24 was a little better than 23. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we've been working towards that direction.
No, we have 100%.
I just think by the end of this year, we're going to be sitting in a really good place.
Yeah, I mean, we're right now, as we speak, we're in the best spot we've been in a while. And we say that we built so much in 5 years. Like, it was just a build, keep going, grind. Like, and that's where we're at now, where we've been on operations. We've been making money now, like not building out too much more. There could be some, obviously you got to, there's always things to build or, things to do. So, but just not at a
crazy breakneck speed.
Yeah, building and also 7 car wash locations at the same time. And
where we're leveraging all of our balance sheet to build those out. Like, we weren't taking on outside money.
No.
Most people are like, I'll build 7 car washes, but I'm going to go get private equity to fund it.
Yeah. No, we took everything personally guaranteed. I mean,
every single loan that and it goes back to, we're not trust fund kids. No. Every single thing you see, every single car wash, every single building you see on our farms, guess what? His name, my name, we have PGs, personal guarantees for those that if they were to fall through, our house is being taken. Everything we own is being taken.
Yeah.
So we ain't no trust fund kids.
We put it all on the line. That's how Dad built everything growing up until, it's became whenever it was, whenever a lot of it's now ours and everything's we're PG, and it's just that's how we built everything. He came from nothing. There wasn't no money to start with. Like, I mean, you had to
risk it all.
Yeah, you had to buy something and get some equity and then personal guarantee to get the next thing. I mean,
So I'm excited about it, but so what you see in season 2, we're continuing to work on that. Obviously, we don't know what's in store as far as a season 3 goes. I promise once we can talk about it, or once we're have something figured out, we will let you guys know once we are allowed to. I keep seeing comments. Just know that we're not.
I know. I see a bunch about season 3. I've seen a bunch asking if we're going to BravoCon. I mean, hey, we're ready for whatever. So we're just kind of riding it out. BravoCon is in the middle of the rut, so
it's middle of November.
Yeah,
I think it's the second Saturday in November.
But I mean,
you'd miss deer stand for that.
If we needed to, I would for sure.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, but
so just keep pushing. Keep tagging Bravo. Just saying, if you love the show, keep letting them know.
Yeah.
We appreciate anyone that tunes in, anyone that hasn't watched the show yet. You can go stream it on Peacock, both seasons 1 and season 2. And the reception to it still to this day, what is today? Thursday. So we're 3 days out from the finale, and I'm still getting absolutely blown up. Like, every time I refresh my DMs, I have like 8 DMs. Thankfully, no more dick pics, but it's all just about how good the finale was and how good the season was. So it's been really cool.
I've had a lot of people message me, and I've seen a lot of comments that everybody seems to love it, whether they you know, everybody has their opinions on it. They seem to like it. Like, it's interesting.
I would say they are passionate about it, which is what you want. Whether they like it or whether they hate a specific person or someone.
Well, I mean, we all, no matter what you say about us, you can't say it's not entertaining. Like, that's one thing. I mean, like,
dude, I watch back.
I feel watching and they're like, man, like, I was wanting to, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, I don't watch reality TV. Like, you know, some of the guys from here, they're like, that stuff's funny. They're like, that's pretty entertaining. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's something else.
I still, watching that finale with Galena, that generational crash out. She is a star.
She is. Galena makes the show. She really does.
Good job, Galena. Put us through some hell last year, but
never going to drive one of our vehicles again.
Yeah. But you are carrying your own insurance plan and you're carrying your own vehicle.
Yes.
So, anyways, guys, that's what's happening here around the farm. We'll keep you updated. New episodes are going to drop every Tuesday. We're going to keep this going, even though the episodes have stopped. Love hearing from you guys. Make sure to shoot us any questions you may have, and we'll answer it on this podcast. Any updates y'all want. We need ideas, because now that the season's over,
we kind of need something to talk about.
Cole and I sit here and we're like, okay, what are we going to script out for? Like, what are we going to talk about today? And we're
a lot better just winging it. If you guys can't tell, we jump around with our ADHD and talk about one thing to the next.
We got destroyed on the last episode. And I was like, yeah, we know. We jump around.
We jump around a lot.
We're going to start figuring out topics that we can talk about, but I need to know what topics y'all are interested in now that the show stopped. So let us know. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.